Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothas-in-law. If you're new to this channel, my name is Corey, and I'm a former Virginia State Police officer, and I'm a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service. On this channel, we discuss police-involved incidents that occur around the country, and we give our analysis on whether the officer acted as a reasonable officer should, or he was a total butt head in the way he conducted his or herself. Also, we take a look at the actions of the citizens to see if they have followed our acronym CALM, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on, whether the situation had turned out differently. All right. Now, we know that you may agree or disagree with us, but that's all right. You can leave your comments down there below if you disagree with us, but be tasteful and be respectful. Mike and I are not going to say anything disrespectful to our viewers, nor will we disrespect anybody in these videos that we are commentating on. So with that being said, welcome to the show, Mr. Mike.
Hey, what's going on? Good to be back. Mike Bradley. I'm a 26-year retired law enforcement officer in Northern California and a 6-year Army veteran. And it's good to have another show for you today lined up. I see you, Tone. What's up? I missed you last week.
Oh,
on here. You know what I'm saying? So we got a good one lined up. This was a DUI, Corey, that happened last year in Wisconsin. And it goes sideways real quick. Well, or I shouldn't say real quick. It started off all right, but the person that was stopped for DUI investigation went sideways at some point, and we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna see whether these officers acted within reason. There's always something going on. Like our intent here, like we always say, is we are just explaining to you whether we would have done that and what you could have done or could not have done to make yourself not get into trouble or hurt or whatever. Remember, we don't argue the law on the street. We argue the law in court, So if you think an officer's doing something wrong or illegal, then you wait until you get to court, and that's when you fight that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to kick it off in a bit here.
We'll get into it. Now, if this is your first time checking us out, man, again, welcome. And please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us if you like the content of this video. And we appreciate all your comments, like I said. And Mike, go ahead and kick it off. Are you going to skip past that, like, I think the first 2 minutes? We do our best to let the video play through, but however, this is our channel, and we will stop it and commentate as we feel necessary. I'll link the full length of the video down in the description down below once the show completes, and you can watch it in its entirety without us speaking.
Yeah. So starting off, let me set it up for you real quick. This officer observed this driver. He was crossing over the center line. He was driving, showing this officer basically driving actions that could establish if he was DUI or not. So the officer chose to pull this man over and investigate if he's DUI or not. What's going on with it, which he has a right to do, obviously. That's some officers, like Corey, as you know, some officers are assigned DUI task force. They're actually out there looking for drivers that might be DUI, driving under influence of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So what they're looking for right out the gate is driving actions. That's usually the first thing. Are you driving funny? Are you swerving in the lane? Are you driving over the center line? Are you, things that are illegal, vehicle code violations. And we want to see if you are driving under the influence. So this is where this happens. Let's start off right when the officer approaches his driver's side window and starts the conversation with him.
Sir, good yourself? The reason I pulled you over is because you crossed the center line and you're kind of all over the road.
Well, what happened was, officer, when that went over the road, We was having a conversation.
Okay. No, I get that, but it was continuous from when I started following you, kind of over by Whitetail Crossing all the way back here. You were going from Fog Lane to Center Line the whole time. Is there insurance on here?
I don't know. It's my daughter's vehicle. I was taking my friends out tonight.
Yeah.
Just showing them a good time.
Do you two have IDs as well? I do. Okay. Do you mind if I get your IDs? Why? I just like to identify everybody I'm with.
I'm just going along with the officer, man. The less you don't do, the more he can do with us.
No, I just like to, check to see if anybody's got warrants or see if they
I
have
don't
any
have
special
no warrants.
conditions. That's why I like to identify
I'm just
people.
trying to show my friends a good time because, I haven't seen them in like 10 years.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And then, ma'am? Okay, that's fair enough. Matthew, could you do me a favor and shut off the vehicle? Perfect, thank you. But then I'll have you step on that stuff. Just watch your arm on the seatbelt so you don't get caught up. Lights bothering you anymore?
Yeah, that one right there is.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep that one on since you have two people in the car. All right? For my safety, I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Another safety thing, do you mind keeping your hands out of your pockets?
I have a bad problem when we put my hands in my pocket.
All right. If you want to keep your hands in your pockets, can I pat you down and make sure you don't have
go ahead.
All right. I just want to make sure you don't have a knife.
Oh, man, I ain't trying to do none of that.
No, I get it. The reason I had you get out of the vehicle is because I believe you've had some alcohol tonight. Okay?
Oh, I did have a beer.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you, officer.
No, I get that. Is it just the one beer?
Yes, that's all I had.
I don't know you very well. I just met you. And the things I'm seeing, it's consistent with somebody that's had a little more than one beer. So I'm being upfront and honest with you.
That's all I had was one beer because we had something to eat. And that was it.
I'm being upfront and honest with you. Okay. So I want you to be upfront and honest with me.
And I will be.
Okay.
I will be, officer.
Because I can smell some alcohol on you. Your driving behavior is a little, it's not great. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 1's sober, 10 is extremely impaired.
I will say 3 right now.
3? So you're feeling a little the effects of alcohol?
I don't know which one I'm feeling.
But you are feeling something, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I appreciate that. I respect you.
I'm just trying to show my friends.
No, I get that. But I'm also trying to do my job, right?
Okay.
And make sure that you're being safe, that you don't get hurt, that nobody else gets. So in your honest opinion, do you think you should be driving right now?
Honestly,
yep.
I think I can.
You think you can?
I think I can.
But do you think you should be?
Should be? Probably not.
Okay.
If you say so, I can do it. I can do it.
You can do it, but do you think you should be trying to do it?
Yes.
Okay. That's a little different answer than what you originally gave me, okay? Are you...
I think it's commercial.
Standardized field sobriety test for me to make sure you're safe to drive?
Oh, yes.
And I can't focus on you and them at the same time. Right.
Well, all you got to do is focus on me because those two have nothing to do with this.
Right, but, I want to make sure that I get to go home at the end of my shift, right? Look, and I don't know those two.
I don't even know why you stopped me because...
I just told you crossed the center line.
What is the center line? That right there?
Yeah, that yellow line. You were weaving from this center line to the edge of the road. So that's I want to stop and make sure that you're doing okay, right?
All right, officer. Whoever?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Had a good time, man. Yeah, you just ruined it.
I'm not trying to ruin it.
You just ruined it.
No, I didn't. But I got to do my job.
Ruined it,
Just so I know, have you ever been charged or cited with OWIs?
Oh, yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, once, twice, multiple times.
Just, if you charge me today, this would be my 8th one.
8th?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any restrictions?
All right, let me pause it right there.
Yeah, man.
Let me see what y'all have to say. You know what I'm saying? Now, this will be his 8th DUI, right? So he ain't no stranger to DUI. He had 7 already. Okay?
Already.
Is there anything going on here that's unreasonable? No, I don't think so. Officer stopped him, rightfully so. He's supposed to do. Observed some driving actions that could be consistent with DUI. Right out the gate, that's fine. He's answering questions. We always say answer questions. These questions that this officer is answering him are not incriminating questions. They're just basic pre-investigatory questions or DUI investigation. You don't have to, the officer doesn't have to read him his rights right now because he don't know if there's a crime. This is an investigation, right?
Yep. Is this just common, typical questions to ask? They're, like you said, they're not interrogating questions. It's just the who, what, where, and why. So the officer has can make a sound decision whether or not, hey, yeah, you can continue on driving, or no, you shouldn't continue on driving. Now, some people may have a problem with him, the officer asking the other people in the vehicle for their identification, and that's fine. I typically wouldn't do that just yet, because I want to wait to see what I have first. Because typically, I would go and ask them for the identification and to make sure they're valid, just so they can possibly drive his vehicle home for them versus me towing it. And I can see that's probably why he did it up front. But I mean, I think he should have just said that and then not told them that hey, I'm going to run you for now. You're spooking them out.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, hey, let me get you guys. You mind if I get y'all's ID to verify you're valid, just in case he can't drive?
Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, I agree. Remember, folks, we're not saying that you have to provide your ID as a passenger on a regular traffic stop, unless there's something more going on with that traffic stop than just like this, the DUI investigation.
Right.
The passenger in the back seat, she was not wrong for saying no. Not at that time. She was fine. And the passenger in the front seat, he chose to give his ID. All right, that's fine, no problem. You're not required to do that, but he asked for it. We can ask for your ID. Doesn't mean you're required to give it in this situation. That is, in this situation. Okay. Right. Let's keep going.
Is on your license? Like a .02 restriction or anything like that? You do? Yeah. All right. Because those are things I need to know. Okay. Before. I ain't gonna lie to you, officer. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, I get it. Do you mind if I remove your hat for this test? Don't do that.
While completing the standardized field sobriety test, the deputy overheard the female passenger saying how screwed Matthew is right now.
We'll fly through this, okay? All right. So.
Don't worry about them. It's me and you.
I know, but also somebody yelling isn't really inviting to my safety, right?
Okay.
Follow my finger using your eyes and your eyes only, keeping your head still. No? Follow with. Yep. Is there any way to keep your eyes open a little bit more than that? Just like that. Keep following.
I'm following, but I already know which way you're going to go. Can you go a little higher?
No, that's the highest I can go. All right, that's it for that test, okay? 2 occupants in the vehicle. Rear female, failed to identify, but sounds like it doesn't matter anyway.
You can stay in the car.
I have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, you're not going to do that right now.
Oh, okay, well. All right, then.
That's a big no-no on a traffic stop. That's why I stopped doing those deals. So when I tell you to begin, you are going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down that line, 3 all the way up till 9, till you get turned around back on that line. Do you understand all those instructions?
Yes.
Okay, you may begin.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You good?
Suddenly, Matthew opted to speak with an attorney and refused any additional tests. After learning he would then be placed under arrest, he argued and resisted, placing his arms behind his back.
From this moment on, officer, I like to talk to my attorney.
Okay, sounds good. So you don't want to do the alphabet test?
From this moment on, I like to talk to my attorney.
Okay, I'm just going to ask one more thing. Are you willing to provide a breath sample for a preliminary breath test?
Like I said, I like to talk to my attorney from this moment on.
Okay, so at this time, I'm going to be placing you under arrest for operating while under the influence. So turn around, put your arms behind your back. For operating while under the influence.
Am I under the influence?
From what I've seen, yes. Whether it be alcohol. Sir, turn around, put your arms behind your back.
Why are you arresting
Don't make this any hard. I just told you.
No, I'm asking you. The only reason why you're doing this is
turn around
because
now.
I asked for an attorney.
No, give me your arms, otherwise you're nope. I'm not doing it.
Put your arms behind your back.
Now. Stop.
Stop resisting. No, give us a second. Get your hands out of your pockets. Get us a second. He's fighting.
You just.
Go. Stop resisting then. Put your freaking hand behind your back.
Let me tell you something. You're about to go on the ground. Stop.
Get off.
But you know what?
He turned into a different person real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Drop it.
If you don't stop, you're gonna get tased.
Well, tase me.
Finally, he was decentralized by utilizing the Earth's gravitational pull to disrupt equilibrium.
I like the way they put that.
Yeah.
One more kind of shit.
Put your arm behind your back.
You.
Put your arm behind your back. Let go.
I'm gonna love seeing you something.
Stop resisting then.
Matthew then made an attempt to bite one of the deputies.
Put your hand on your. You're just trying to bite me? Do it now.
I'm gonna love seeing you, brother. Daddy, no.
Get your hand out from behind your back.
I'm gonna love seeing you, brother.
Okay, let's pause it for a minute, Court. Now, for our viewers, why you think it got to this point where they actually fighting him on the ground? Why do you think this old man is too old to be fighting with the cops like that, right? But yet here we go. You know, he was clearly resistant. Folks, if you say I want an attorney, that's fine. But if you are refusing to do the field sobriety examinations or refusing everything else, okay, that's fine too. Although in California, you're required to submit to a chemical test when you get your license. Okay. Anyway, if you refuse to do everything and you ask for an attorney, that doesn't mean that I don't have to arrest you or I can't take anything further. That just means that I have to now make a decision on what I've seen up to this point. And if I've seen enough up to this point to establish that you are more than likely DUI, well, I'm going to arrest you. Okay. I'm going to arrest you. So once I say you're under arrest, you're under arrest. Ain't no need of fighting. Ain't no need of doing anything. He threw a comment out, Corey, saying you only doing this because I asked for an attorney. Well, that's not true. I'm arresting you because you're refusing to do anything else to provide me with more observations to help me determine if you are under the influence. You only provide me up to this point. So I'm making my decision up to this point.
And up to this point, he does have enough. I mean, so you have several things that you're looking for, and one is starts with the observation. It starts with the driving, right? He's and everything's time sensitive. So that's why I would always go a little further and watch and follow behind you and establish more of a pattern. I would at least follow you at least a mile and a half. So I would go exit to exit is how I would do it. And then I will pull you over. Because if I, 3 strike rule, you cross over the center median line 3 times, boom, I got you. Or you swerved over to the left or right shoulder, I got you. And I just established enough so, with the dash cam, because all that would have to be submitted to what we call the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, but most people on the West Coast would say to the DA's office, submit all that to them, and then so they can review it. So I wanted to always make sure I had enough video footage on there to establish my timeline. And then, he had that. So that's 1. And then 2 is, the smell of alcohol exiting his person. Right. That's 2. 3 would have been for me was the 9-step walk and turn. I mean, you could clearly see he couldn't walk in a straight line, couldn't keep his heels toe to toe, heel to toe. And then finally the HGN, which stands for the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, which is following a stimulus to watch the flow of your eyes to see if you have this smooth pursuit in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Because your eyes really don't lie, folks, and they start to jitter. That's letting us know there's something inside you. We need to determine what that is that's inside you. So by up to this point, I'm going to go ahead and hook him, Mike. I think I have enough already. Even if he refused, that's fine. Like Mike said, that's fine. You can refuse. Heck, you can refuse from the first time I said, ask you, would you mind participating in the field sobriety test to see if to help me gauge if you're all right to continue driving. You can say no right from the jump. All right, well, and that's why I give you that extra time on driving. So I have enough established that, well, you're not driving as a reasonable driver should be driving for at this time now. You're swerving all over the place. And I had the smell of alcohol exiting your person. And I can see that your eyes are bloodshot, red, watery, glassy eyes, and your pupils are dilated. So I would have enough already to arrest you for a DUI. And I've gotten convictions just off of that. And so now what's the reason for him to act like this, you ask, Mike? Well, because he knows he's done it. What else is there for him to do right now? But
this will be his 8th DUI. So he
right.
That he not only that, he knows the routine. You know what I'm saying? He knows how this goes. So yes, on you right. He was smart to ask for an attorney. Yeah. He was dumb to resist. I can understand. Yeah, he was dumb to resist for sure. Asking for attorney. Yeah, if you just straight up,
that's not going to stop the arrest. That's not going to stop the arrest, and I think that's what he was like. All right, well, you asked for I can't do nothing. No, but that's fine. That's your right to ask for an attorney. Well, you're still going to go to jail to get your attorney, though.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, like I said, out here in California, you're required to submit to a chemical test. If you refuse that test, your license, no matter what happens in a court of law, your license is going to get suspended for a year. Okay, out here in DMV requirements. So check with your state, folks. When you get your license, check with your states to know what is required of you when you are stopped for DUI. When you refuse a field sobriety examination or you refuse a chemical test, how is that going to look in court for you? It's going to look like, you refused all this because you DUI. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would look at.
Yeah. Well, right? it's not so much, Mike, is refusing the field sobriety, but when you get to the precinct, if you refuse the intoxilizer test, which is a breathing test, when you go to the station, and that's the one that really counts. It reads your alcohol level inside you by you just breathing in this tube. If you refuse that here in Virginia, that's like an admission of guilt. And there are a lot of attorneys out there. Once you do that refusals here in Virginia, that at that point, you're guilty. You've been drinking. You got the printout that says you're 0.15 blood alcohol content in your system. At this point, they're just going to try and make a plea deal based on how many previous DUIs you had. Because there's really no sense of arguing. If you refused, let me say that if you refuse the test, it's really nothing to argue. You're pretty much saying you're guilty here. And we take your driver's license. Don't worry about the DMV. We'll send it to the courts, and of course we'll send it in your petition to court to get your license back. But your license is automatically suspended. I think it's first time, I think if I remember correctly, 7 days, and after the second one is 30 days, and then third and more 6 months, and then a year, and then indefinitely.
Yeah, it's like that in California too. When you get arrested for DUI, your license is suspended, but we give you a temporary license, which lasts, I believe, if I'm trying to do this from memory, I think the temporary license lasts for 30 days, and then you have to go another route to get your license back. But folks, check with your state. Okay, it might be different in your state. Check with your state and make sure you understand how that works, and make sure you understand how it works if you refuse a breath test or a chemical test, blood, breath, or urine. Well, urine is usually only in the cases of drugs. Okay, but here in California, we really stopped doing urine a long time ago. It's either blood or breath now. Okay, it's been that way for a long time. So you have to submit to a chemical test. If you don't, your license gets suspended automatically for a year per California DMV. But check with your state, check DMV, and find out for yourselves.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going here. And another thing, this guy changed his personality real quick, didn't he? He
did.
Nice and compliant and cordial to all of a sudden the fight is on. You know what I'm saying? This is what officers have to be ready. Just because you nice to my face don't mean you can flip the script on me right just like that with a snap of the fingers. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to be ready and prepared for that. Here we go.
I really am going to
Or you think you'll be able to grab his arm?
Yeah. Hold that. We're 1095. Other units can slow it down. All right, we're going to get you up. We're really on your side. Hey, bring this foot up.
Do you have any injuries?
Yes or no? Do you need an ambulance? Yes, I do. Okay.
I need you to roll over so we can get
I'm
you
not
up.
going to do it. Okay, we got to get you in that car, all right? No, you're not moving me. No. Come on, stop. You're not moving me. No. Stay in the car.
Get in the car.
No, you're not moving me.
Get in the car.
You're not moving me.
Stop being a child.
Kiss your child. All right, that's right. Leave me.
Real quick, let me pause it real quick. This is the incident where we want to talk about the passengers, right? If you're a passenger in a car and the driver you see is being arrested for DUI or whatever it is, you don't want to get out of the car. You don't want to be something else that these officers have to pay attention to as far as officer safety goes. You don't want to jump out of the car and start walking around or approach the officers or anything like that. Stay seated in the car and wait for further instructions. Here is when, Corey, I would ask the someone with a driver's license in the passenger side of the car, do you have a valid driver's license? And I need to check to see if you are under the influence of alcohol, so that you able to drive this car for this man.
Yeah, once we got him in the vehicle, I might go up there and ask that. That's where I've done all of that and done all the extra checking that he wanted to do in the beginning. But yeah,
and furthermore on that, if you are under the influence, okay, now as an officer, because I arrested your driver, I'm responsible for you. So there's been plenty of times when you've been arrested for public intoxication because you too drunk to drive yourself and you have no means of getting home. Therefore, you are too intoxicated to care for your own safety. I've arrested passengers for public intoxication in that situation before, but I'll try to get you home without arresting you. You know what I'm saying? The less paperwork I have, the better it is for me. So
right.
If I can call you a cab, if a friend can come within a reasonable time to pick you up, stuff like that, that's what I would do. All right, here we go.
The reason why you got mad because I told you I wanted to turn.
Absolutely not. Hey, I told you what was going to happen.
The closest unit is that he's refusing to get off the ground.
No, I ain't refusing.
You literally told us you're not going to get off the ground.
I'm not. So when I get to the hospital and they tell you you f***ed up my implant,
Oh my God.
Tell them to slow it down, not back off.
can I have both of your names and your badge numbers?
It'll all be in the report.
Deputy Weber, badge number 18.
You guys need to stop opening the doors and doing whatever you're doing. You can
I just wanted to smoke.
or the keys in the
Adam, shut up.
Nobody's talking. Just leave the door cracked. You don't be getting out in the
Yes,
States over there not coming.
They're coming. Currently back at Downmid's don't come at all.
But for real, man, do you have any injuries that we need to know about?
I'm not talking to you no more until I have an attorney.
Okay.
Don't try kissing my ass and trying to be my friend.
No, it's just my job, man. I'm not trying to kiss your butt at all. All right, now we're going to put you in the back of my squad car, okay?
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
I'm not moving this ground.
We're putting you in the squad car.
Come on, man.
Matthew?
He being silly at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't want to get up, so we're going to assist him in his stuff.
No.
Good. I want an attorney. Oh, now you can my shirt.
When placed into the squad car, he tensed his body and pushed against the deputies.
That's it.
You're dumb. You're a fan of
Paul.
Wait, go over there, kid.
Yeah. Watch out.
Grab him.
You good? You kick you?
He did.
Okay.
He tried to wipe my hand too. We should just tase him.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
Oh, you're 22 and I slowed it down here until you're 95.
Yeah, but there's bars.
This man is too old to be behaving this way.
I'm guessing you both have been drinking as well?
Sorry, we're not trying to be.
No, I get it. But on the traffic side, you guys gotta keep this door closed. Especially when stuff like that going on, we don't know what you're about to do, right?
We're not.
No, I get that, but, you know.
There's priorities.
Yeah.
That's not one of them.
It was just making me nervous.
I did hear one of you guys say, and pardon my French, but, oh, he's while I was back there doing field sobriety tests. So I would just like you to be honest, because I heard more than what I heard.
I'm not really sure what he drank. I wasn't watching him.
You guys want the door open or just the window?
Yeah, window's fine. He's taking it.
That's all right.
Hey,
Man, you.
yeah? You wanted an ambulance, right?
They just up my implant, man.
Okay. Are you bleeding?
I don't know.
Does it feel wet?
The you mean do it feel?
Hey, man, don't bust my balls, all right?
Kiss my.
I want the ambulance, all right? You called me because you want to be checked out. I'm asking you a question. Can you please just work with me?
It's probably just best if we bring him in.
He was then transported to a hospital for a legal blood draw.
We're here. Hey, we're gonna get you out. Okay? Matthew, we're at the hospital. Matthew, come on.
Why you crying?
Matthew, can we get you out here? Sit in a chair?
Yeah, I totally understand.
That's what alcohol do to you.
Take me where the you gonna take me at? Do what you gonna do.
We were going inside regardless.
Hey, you gotta move your knees so I can shut this door.
I can't move my knees. I'm in pain.
Would you like to have that checked out? You just gotta move your knees, man. We're gonna handle that so I can work on this paperwork. Okay. As long as you're gonna comply, I still have to be
I
here.
don't want you doing nothing. Step away. You gotta promise me 2 things. Keep it from me.
Do you want me to loosen them? I can loosen
I
them.
don't want you touching me at all.
Fair enough.
After the blood draw, Matthew continued to be an ass and resisted getting back into the squad car.
I gotta get down. Can I pee? Just all I need to do is pee. I gotta pee. Man.
All right, Matthew, I know you don't like me, but I want to help you. I really do. But he's got to get going. We can get you a urinal, and you can pee right here in the urinal. I'm going to help you stand up, and I'm going to put cuffs in front of you, okay? Face towards the door. I'm going to put the cuffs in front of you so you can pee yourself, right? Does that sound fair?
Why? You don't want to touch my dick. You're arresting me. You threw me down to the ground. What else you don't want to do?
Lean forward.
No, don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
How are you going to pee then? If he will let me put his cuffs in front of him, we can pee. But if he's not, then we're just going to go because we've been waiting.
What did I just say? I said if he did that, I will piss in the cup, right?
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah.
You're acting right, man. You get the jail, you can't be acting like that.
Yeah, I'm doing
Okay. Well, good luck.
All right, so what I want you to do is face the door. So
I cannot face that door because my back is hurting me, man. What part of life you don't understand?
So how am I supposed to get your cuffs off for them?
You pick it up. I just want to piss. That's all.
And I just want to help you, pee, man. Okay, now you get a urinate. Okay, before you get in the car, we haven't searched it after, okay? Everyone, we got you up in here.
I don't know how to stuck up my head.
That's not good.
My usual.
Are you threatening law enforcement? It's going to be a little bit more comfortable in the squad car now that your hands are up front, okay? So let's get you in there.
Can I have my wallet back?
No, that's coming with you to the jail.
No, I want my wallet back in my
Not
personal.
happening.
Well, guess what?
What?
You're going to either push me in this car or you're going to give me my wallet.
Your wallet is going inside of your hat and going to the jail.
What my wallet going to do is go
No.
that way to the
Yep, it's search incident to arrest, and I absolutely have that right.
man. I'll do it.
You will later. You will later when we sober up,
Can you put my wallet back where you took it from?
You're arguing over something that doesn't matter right now. You're taking up his time and my time when there's stuff going on, not only in this hospital, but outside.
You with my time now. Put my wallet back where you got it from. So what we got right now is called a Mexican standoff.
Please sit down, otherwise it's just another charge.
Put my back where you got it from and I'll get in the car.
No.
Okay, well, we got a Mexican standoff. Oh, I just love the bruises.
Oh, God, you're acting like a child. Stop. Your back don't hurt now, does it?
It hurts a whole lot.
Stop.
Like you.
Hey, Steve.
Matthew.
Watch your head, she's gonna open the door. Watch your head, she's gonna open the door. Okay. Watch your head, man.
All right, here we go. We're gonna get you out of the squad. Can I help out a little bit here? All right, let's go, man.
Yeah, you need to walk.
Yeah, I gotta get you out of the car. Let's go.
Handle me with respect.
Hold on to your arm.
He's just assisting you. Everything I mentioned about?
Yeah, my stuff.
Okay. You really?
You said that a couple of times now.
Right.
We're gonna take you seriously when you say that.
And they should.
Yeah.
I mean, serious. I need a serious answer.
The look on his face, I'm like, man, come on.
Matthew earned himself felony counts of OWI, 7th offense, battery threat to an officer, bail jumping ×2, misdemeanor counts of resisting obstructing an officer, failure to install ignition interlock device, and bail jumping. About every charge was a repeater. He also received over $500 worth of traffic citations. A records check was conducted, which revealed Matthew had a suspended driver's license, 1 open misdemeanor case, and 2 open felony cases. Furthermore, he had an extensive criminal history and has been causing problems since 1991. Lastly,
30 years.
was set at $7,500. Head over to codebluecamp.com.
And that's pretty much it, folks. Tone makes a comment about the passenger being arrested. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Tone, and it may look like you blaming the passengers, but look at it this way: if you are somewhere and you are too intoxicated to care for your own safety, and I can't just let you walk home or something and you get hit by a car, then I'm responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? So the only other option, if we can't get somebody in here within a reasonable time to take you home, or whatever, if we can't find the means to get you home, I can't just leave you on the roadway. You know what I'm saying? Not drunk. I can leave you on the roadway if you sober, okay? But if you drunk, I can't just leave you there like that. So the only other option is to arrest you for public intoxication. Oftentimes, public intoxication is really just a public caretaking type of thing. You go to a holding cell until you sober up, and they let you go. A lot of times that's how that happens, and you don't never get charged for it. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on where you are.
Yeah, depends on where you are. That's true.
It's a civil penalty here. It's a fine. It's not a criminal offense, but it is you will pay a fine.
So the bottom line is I can't leave you alone drunk on the side of the road. You see what I'm saying? I can't do that because it'll come back on me if something happens to you then. So to keep you safe, really, Tone, I'll arrest you for public intoxication because you can't care for yourself. You are in public and you can't care for yourself. You don't have nobody to come pick you up. You don't have no way of getting home. You don't have any means of even walking to a safe place because you're too intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? So what's the option there? You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes I'll do everything I can to try to get you home, you know what I'm saying, in a safe manner. But sometimes it has to come to that.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody, what do you guys think? Did the officer act as a reasonable officer should? And did the citizen, I mean, was he acting as a reasonable? Well, he's drunk, so he's not going to be acting as a reasonable person, right? This is what alcohol does to you. But it's it's said in this way. But this guy had the history, right? He's been in and out of the system. What did they say since 1991? So,
Right.
he it's sad, dude. You're like, I'm assuming he had to been in his late 50s or early 60s. Still continuing on with this lifestyle. Clearly he has a problem. Is what his well. I don't know if he was found guilty of this charge, but I'm just going to say it's probably a safe bet to say that he was, based on his history of having 7 previous DUIs. That he probably was convicted of this, but he's got a problem. He's got a drinking problem, and I think the officer saved his life and probably saved the passengers' lives. And who else was ever on that road that night for that stop? That's what it's all about. That's what DUIs was my pet peeve, right? Especially on midnights. I was always trying to get at least 2 on a midnight shift, because you if you ever never been on that side of law enforcement, you worked on a crash because of a DUI, and then going to somebody's house and telling them their loved one is dead, then you don't talk to me about hey, you leave them alone. Don't matter. They're just drunk. Just call them again. No, it doesn't work that way. I've worked too many of these crashes like this, and had to tell too many families that loved ones ain't coming home because of their alcohol. And so, I take it very seriously. So I commend this officer for what he did. I think he acted in a very professional manner. And the citizen this guy needs to get some help, Mike.
Yeah,
he needs help.
And I see you, Tone. I hear you, Tone. But look at it this way: you're told to get a ride if you're too intoxicated. Make sure that the ride you get is also not too intoxicated. That's the thing.
Well,
that's why you have a designated driver.
Right. That's the whole point of the designated driver. You always have that one who's not supposed
because
to.
You could be arrested if you're left abandoned or left out somewhere where you can't get nowhere or take care of yourself because of your level of intoxication. So if you get a ride, make sure the person that's driving you ain't intoxicated. That's how you look at that.
Right. And if you're going to get drunk that night, don't drive. Call an Uber. You get an Uber or a Lyft.
Yeah, that's true.
It can be done. I mean, we should. I mean, a lot of lives are lost every year for DUIs, and it's sad to see these things happen, amongst other things. But DUIs are definitely preventable.
And also, your attitude plays a big part in that too, Tone. If I'm dealing with somebody who is a passenger and they are too intoxicated to drive the vehicle because the driver got arrested for being too intoxicated, your attitude and how you communicate with me does a lot. If you seem like you are within reason, hey, officer, I know I'm too intoxicated to drive. Could you give him a ride down the street to the gas station or something? I can call somebody, or something like that. It depends on your level of intoxication. So a lot of things go into that decision of whether or not I arrest you for public intoxication. You know what I'm saying? If I can basically get you taken care of in a reasonable manner, okay, then that's what I'll do. But sometimes that ain't always the case. You don't always have that opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to drop you off here, or I'm going to drop you off there, or something like that. You don't have that opportunity. Sometimes you get some, excuse my French, some asshole passengers because of the level of their intoxication. They are, knuckleheads, and they start popping off at the mouth, and you shouldn't do this. You can't arrest him for DUI or something like that, yeah, you probably gonna get arrested for public intoxication too. So, it is what it is.
Telling us what's the difference between DWI and DUI. DWI generally refers to driving while intoxicated, and DUI refers to driving under the influence. And some states have a difference between the two terms, and one could be more serious than the other. Here in Virginia, there is no difference between the DUI and DWI here. They're just interchangeable terms. That's all, Tone.
Yep. Same way California, Tone. It's the same thing. Driving while intoxicated, driving under the influence. It's just different terms for the same thing. It's all DUI.
Yeah, it just depends
because I'm used to saying DUI. But
here in this case, in I think what this video is Wisconsin, they call it OWI, operating while intoxicated. So it just depends on state by state how they classify. But it all means it's the same thing. There's something within you that's impairing your driving, whether you're under the influence of something and you're driving while intoxicated or under the influence of something. It's just the same thing. In some cases, like I said, the charge may be more serious than the other, but and in that shell, it's all the same. They're pretty much all the same. So that's what that is. But hey, let us know what y'all think about this video. Leave your comments down below. Again, if you're new to this channel, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. This is a rather short one tonight, so we're not going to beat this up. I'm pretty confident that everybody knows how serious DUIs are and what not to do when you get stopped. Share this out with your loved ones, especially somebody who drinks a lot. Talk to them about getting an Uber or Lyft or having a designated driver. It's just I don't like DUI. My best female friend, like my sister, was killed a year and a half ago by a DUI. She was T-boned and ejected out of the vehicle and died instantly. So I don't like DUIs. You're an adult, do the right thing and ensure that you get home safely and you're not behind the wheel. Call somebody. I even tell our kids, I don't care what time it is at night. If you're out there doing, just call me. I'll come get you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So be responsible. So that's all I got. Mike, final words.
No, thanks to everybody for joining us. Good to see you on here, Tone, Goat, Delando. I see you. Thanks for joining us. And folks, we don't sit around and study case law every day and night. Okay, sometimes we might get something wrong, but if we do, hey, come let us know. Give us a comment and say, hey, you right or wrong. This is why. Drop some case law establishing why you say that. And we ain't never had a problem saying doing a correction or saying that, yeah, we told you wrong, or we never want to give you wrong information. So, but we don't sit here and study case law every day either. So there could be something that changed, something that maybe we don't remember and we have to brush up on. But the good thing is we know where to find the answers. If we don't know something, we'll find the case law for it, or we'll find, whatever we need to find to establish why it legally that is. And if you don't know and you want to ask us to find it for you, well, I ain't got no problem finding it for you. I'll do that. And vice versa. This is just a show. We are people just like you, okay? Just like our viewers. So we just happen to have done the job of police officer for when we did it. And we have a different view on certain things and it can explain why officers do some things and they don't do others. So that's all. Appreciate you watching. Huh?
Oh, for sure. Definitely appreciate you guys watching and enjoy all your comments. And so we'll be back next week, same time, same sandbox. And if you have a video you would like for us to check out, please email it to the Brothas-in-law 21@gmail.com. We'll check it out. See if it's worth getting on the show. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, email us at brothersinlaw21@gmail.com, and we'll get you on the show based off of your schedule. And you can break down a video with us, and you could give us your points of view and why you think the officers did not act in a reasonable manner based on what you think. And we'll have a conversation. So again, thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We love you. God bless. Have a great weekend, and peace out.
Peace out.